All right, all right. Let's go. Let's do it.
That's some.
That was some dude. She thought she can outrun armed agents, and she hit one of them on the way out. That's some. I'm not gonna lie to you. That girl thought she was gonna live after that. She's like, drive, baby. Like, what the? I would never do that to my significant other. Unless I hate the. I'll be like, drive, baby. Unless I hate the. What it do, y'all? What it do? Welcome. As I'm your co-host, Keem Barco. I am joined with
Colombian Papacito.
And also,
it's your boy Brand.
And we are the Hard R's. Yeah. What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back. I know we're trying to be as consistent as we can with this channel, along with Too Easy Podcast, Too Easy Keen, Too Easy Playbook. So we got a whole bunch of channels between us. So just, bear with us, especially with this new channel. But we've been making some numbers on this channel. I'll tell you that much. Hey, last night or this morning was a journey. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This morning we were pissing a lot of people off on and they were from the left side and the right side. We were pissing so many people off. So we're oh yeah. Yeah, man. I saw a white man outside standing outside my apartment. I was playing. But but yeah, man. Welcome everybody. Welcome. And let's get this party started. So we're going back to the Minnesota shooting. We all remember how fiery of a conversation that was. It might get fiery again, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, man. So new footage came out of the shooting from the angle of the ICE agent himself, and just to throw in some extra bones in there. So crazy enough, about a year prior to this incident, he had got drugged by a legal immigrant in a car that he was trying to arrest. He got drugged like 300 feet.
That's crazy.
And so, yeah, he got drugged 300 feet trying to arrest an illegal immigrant. He had crazy stitches, broke a couple bones, I believe.
Oh, yeah, the vice president said that he literally just got into an incident like this.
Yeah, like a year ago and stuff like that. So it was just like, dang, now he's in this incident. Like, that dude has a story to tell for the years to come. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But, yeah, man. And so now we're going into the perspective of the ICE agent. Before I start playing the new angle video, there's new footage also coming out of, during the situation with the blocking of aid. So that's one thing I want to talk about. So I found out that it was like standard procedure, operating procedures, that we cannot let an outside party because there's a doctor that was like one of the protests or something that was legally. So the video came out of him trying to render aid to her. And so that one's also sparked controversy too, because they wouldn't let him go, perform first aid to her and see if she was good. And there's people on one side saying, oh no, you cannot let an outside party render aid to, somebody that was in a possible homicide, because if not, they get involved in there, and if that person dies on that person's watch, they're held liable, and versus the city and stuff like that. And then there's the other side saying if they would have let him render aid, then he possibly could have saved their life. So I don't know. There's literally two sides just on that topic. I've been saying
4 times, right?
Or something in face, chest area, something like that. Chest, yeah. Upper torso area. I think once in the head. I don't know. When I saw the footage of her shot they showed on Twitter, yeah, she was bloodied all on the top. So yeah, she was. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if they would have been able to say her, but what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that situation? About the rendering aid part? Starting with CP.
All right, so basically, I don't know, like rendering aid, I think, like as a human, right, as a human element, right. I understand the part where if the person dies, then they are held liable, they could lose their license and things of that nature. But I mean, certain people are called to do these things regardless. I feel like if I'm a certified doctor and I'm there in a position to conduct the aid, then they should allow me to do that because I'm a certified. Obviously, I don't. Maybe you got to pull out your certification, like, yo, I'm a doctor, but like,
Yeah,
you know, let me attend to this patient,
I don't know.
or it's a situation where like, hey, it's the scene is already bad, she's already effed up. We're gonna call in. We already called the paramedics. They're gonna deal with it, so no one's gonna be held responsible, but myself and the paramedics. You know, obviously the ICE agent.
Okay, okay. Name brand?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I'd have to read into it and get back to you
Okay.
for a more professional opinion. But personally, I guess I'll take a hard stance. I think they should have allowed this professional to render aid because the simple fact of the matter is in a life threatening situation where you have serious bodily harm, seconds equals hours in a sense, right? So
Yeah.
it adds up. The longer you're without aid, um, the more likely you are to succumb to your injuries versus if you had some type of aid, the chances of you surviving goes up. Maybe not
Yeah.
at a higher percent, but it could be a 1% chance that you survive. So I understand that they may have some kind of protocols, but you also have to realize that not every situation is black and white. And then you have to think about it in the sense of, let's just say, um, they were in a restaurant, there were no ICE agents involved, and someone was stabbed, for example's sake, right? Do we wait for the paramedics if there's a professional on the scene who could, put an H bandage on, put some gauze on the wound and just let the paramedics know what aid was rendered? You see what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, I'd have to look into what the code is and what the actual procedures are when it comes to these things. But
Yeah.
that's
So
just for me to take a hard stance.
so I think the difference in
Okay.
that is like one is like she fatal, and one is actually like stabbing. That's not fatal. You know, you get
Well,
stabbed. It
it
depends
can
on where you
be.
stab.
It, it,
Can be,
it
but
can be.
if
Yeah.
it's
No.
going to be like somebody stabs you, obviously you set up, put that together, patch that up. We know how to do that. But somebody getting shot 4 times, that requires ICU. You know what I mean? That's like, hold on.
What makes you think that getting stabbed isn't fatal?
No, I
Yeah.
see
No.
it
Yeah.
can be
Sure.
fatal.
Yeah. No. Getting stabbed is very fair. Yeah.
Scenario was like, all right, I can
Yeah.
patch it up. You know what I mean?
CP, like,
Yeah.
brother.
No, I don't know about that one, but yeah. I like my personal opinion though on the matter is I see both sides. It's like, yeah, if we let this guy perform that's not attached to our unit, that person could be held liable and we're liable for suing. Like the city wise, just professionally.
Uh huh.
City wise, we could be held liable and get sued by Renee's family. If we let somebody coming off the street that says they have things, because we don't know if this person has his credentials. We just don't know.
A medical
Yeah.
professional will
Yeah.
always have their credentials.
Yeah. If he had his credentials, even then you're not on shift, you're not on call, and you're not attached to a certain unit. We don't know if you're specifically able to. You could probably render aid. You probably know the basics, but you may not be able to handle
That's what I'm
gunshot
saying.
wounds
Like
or
she
certain things
probably,
like
she
that. We
probably
just don't know.
ICU.
And
What
so,
about a normal civilian who knows how to render aid
yeah.
on a
Oh, that's
basic
even
level?
worse. That's even worse because maybe they know how to render aid, but maybe they don't know how to stop the hemorrhaging. They don't know how to put gauze in
We're talking
or
about
in certain
somebody getting
positions. Like
shot.
we just don't know because there's specific doctors for specific reasons that can handle hemorrhaging, that can handle external bleeding, internal bleeding, gunshot wounds, and certain wounds that may or knife wounds, like we said earlier. Like we just don't know the specifics on what this person was qualified for. So this person may be qualified at some regional random hospital, but it's to be like a but if we have some random Joe Schmo or random doctor, that may not know how to specifically handle a certain situation, and that person dies in their care, then they can one lose their license, and two, the city is going to be liable or
And then
ICE or
the
whoever.
whole operation
Yeah,
was shut down. The whole
yeah,
ICE operation was just shut down
yeah. So
because
that whole
they stepped out of guidelines one time. They
yeah.
stepped out of line one time.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
I just don't know, and that's my thing. it's like we just don't know what this person specifically was qualified for, and you're not going to take the chance for everybody. So whoever was in charge, he's not going to take that chance on losing his livelihood and being liable for somebody's death. He just wasn't going to take that chance. Even though I'm not going to lie to you, the shots that she took, she was probably already gone instantly.
Yeah, she was probably gone.
She was gone instantly. Like, just to be fair,
Yeah.
across all boards, she was probably already gone. And so, and even and like 5 minutes later, she was rendered, or what was it, like 3 minutes later, somebody showed me the log sheets of when the ambulance got there. And so it was like 3 to 5 minutes later, something like that. I can't remember. It was minutes later once the ambulance got there.
Well,
and so I don't know.
With the rate of these shootings that are, they should probably have paramedics close by.
Yeah, on the real though,
because these ice agents are trigger happy.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to see.
Man.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where she was shot. So
they're at war.
Yeah.
Cartel. Why wouldn't you be trigger happy?
I ain't gonna lie though. No, that cop. I still think the cop was on the wrong though for unloading on her. Now with this new footage out, but with this new footage coming out though, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. It doesn't look good on one end, but it also doesn't look good on the other one either. And so let's look at
before you play the video. I will say about my stance from the other video, right?
Yeah.
Of him unloading. He does have trigger discipline because when you're in like that kind of situation, you get tunnel vision. You tend to just unload until you're empty. So the 3-4 shots he fired off, and he stopped there. Even though it was excessive, I still give him his praise for not,
Yeah. No,
reloading,
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and so yeah, no, and the thing is, yeah, with that first video though, let's be real, we only had limited information. We did not have all the information we have now.
Right,
so the information we had back then, it wasn't as good as what we got now. Like the video we got now, and the situation now, it's like, I don't know. Now we see it a little bit more, but let's look into it. Let's look into it, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it kind of doesn't look good on Renee's side. But it's still bad on his end for still killing her. But I'm not gonna lie, this new footage is like, it doesn't make them look good in a good light. And so with things we're learning now with Renee, and she was part of Ice Watchers, I believe, in Minnesota. It was a group there, or a certain group that was like watching ICE's movement on Facebook, and so she was there intentionally. So she wasn't trying to go home. So we now officially know she was a protester.
Oh, no, we knew she.
Yeah,
we knew that
she wasn't. No, but the first video. Yeah, no, the first video we didn't know officially until down this video. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We didn't know officially.
Part of the organization, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, like,
go home.
Yeah, like, and they were out there and everything, and so. It's official now. She was a protester. We didn't have that information back then. We're speculating, but it's official now. She was a protester. And so
doesn't mean she was supposed to be there.
No, she wasn't. And so she was the last person that was supposed to be there. So let's check out that one angle that we already seen before. And so I want to find the original video. So give me a second. I'll try to find it. But this is the video from that angle. So when she pulls off, you can see here. Just look at this direction. You can see here you actually got hit. And so let's check it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Dude got hit. You can see his arm extended right here. Yeah, dude.
You gotta like zoom into it or something.
Now, either way, it's a blurry video.
Yeah, it's blurry.
So, it's a blurry video regardless. So, but yeah, this is him right here. I'm pointing right here, and this is her pulling off. Yeah. And this is the thing though. And
we cannot outrun cars, Dre.
And so it's not even that. The fact of the matter is, she tried to flee the scene. She tried to flee.
The original video? What, the
Yeah,
first video?
I'm looking for it right now. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like it's hard to find that video. But as you can see here on this side, what happened?
They hit the out of Devontae Adams.
Guys,
I'm not gonna lie.
focus, focus.
He almost got a murder charge with that one. Oh,
I'm trying to find this dang video, man. So now they're only showing the second angle, so they're not showing me
Not showing the first. Yeah.
yeah, they're not showing me the first angle no more. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, so this is the first video, but it's the just in real time. It's not slowed down or anything.
Okay.
All right, so let's check it.
No! No! Shit!
As cops.
All right, so let's see. Yeah, so now we got. All right, so
well, he got into the way. He got into the way.
let's see. All right, so this is her backing up. Let's see. She backs up. And so dude hasn't pulled it out of his holster yet. We see the brake lights. He pulls it out once he sees the car heading towards the general direction. So let's look at it.
No!
Yep. He pulls the holster.
I see it.
He pulls the holster
it, yeah.
after the lights come off. So this is the car in drive now.
Yeah,
So he only pulled it after she was in drive.
yeah, because the brake lights. Yeah.
Yeah. So the lights right here are the evidence. So he only pulled it out until he saw her come in his general direction. And if you look even closer, you see the tires are slanted, still going. So even if he was able to move, the car would have moved this way. Once he hit, so
well, I'll say my piece once we see the second video.
and so the car was already going forward. This is an all-wheel drive Pilot. And so, you can even see back here, it's a 4WD, four-wheel drive. So the car was already going forward at a slanting position on the tires. So you see this position right here? He was still, he was not going to be able to move out the way regardless. Even a fit guy, even if he rolled out the way, he'll still probably get his legs ran over. Maybe if he jumped out the way. So let's check it.
No!
And then she turned after she was already going. She didn't turn before, she turned after she was already in drive. And so that's pretty much all it shows right now because the rest of this is a news clip. But I can't find that original one though. But yeah, it's the brake lights is really gonna tell all the story. Like the brake lights is an actor in this whole thing. But so tell me what you're thinking, Big Doc. Suck my dick. You didn't hear any of that, did you? Neither did I. Because here in YouTube, we have to play the YouTube games, which everything gets censored and everything has to be cut up. So, unfortunately, you're not going to hear anything. So, and I'm sure you've been hearing a lot of our videos being censored, being cut, being blurted out, etc., etc., and etc. But we have the solution, baby. And that solution is Patreon. So what Patreon does for us is allow us to upload our unedited, unfiltered, uncut content. That way you get every second of everything that we're doing on this podcast. That way you don't miss any mishaps, any foul-ups, any stupidity that's going to happen here. You're going to catch it all. And we got a deal going on right now for $3.99 a month for 2 easy access. So what you get is unfiltered, unedited, uncut content, early access to our videos that you're going to be able to see days before they're uploaded onto YouTube. And you're also going to get one-on-one virtual interactions. You're also going to get private live streams and very soon, merchandise. But, everything's a slow step, so walk with us as we go on this journey because we can't do it without you. But anyways, make sure you're subscribed and make sure you're hitting us up on Patreon. Much love.
So I want you to play a second clip first because I understand you're saying like the lights play an indicator in terms of um like why he shot, but the simple fact of the matter is you see two officers already approaching the uh, the, the suspect, I guess, for lack of better words. Um, but before they got there, he had circled the car like twice. You can see it in the second video. So
Yeah, yeah.
whether or not he was gonna get hit is like, why are you consistently putting yourself in these situations? Like, why are you in front of the car?
Well, I guess he was positioned because when you're about to take somebody on a car, they may be following a certain protocol. I've been trying to look it up on how they handle
It
certain
was a blockade.
situations.
They're
Yeah,
trying to keep her from going.
because I mean, because my,
A
but yeah, yeah,
blockade.
no, I
Come
mean, yeah,
on.
which doesn't make
Come
sense.
on.
Doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it kind of does because now if you're gonna if you're gonna press dry or the gas pedal when a law enforcement officer is clearly in front of your vehicle, then that means you're already fleeing the scene. So my thing is this: like we can say, why didn't he shoot the tires? Why didn't he shoot the other way? But the fact of the matter is, she pressed the gas pedal and was ready to get the fuck out of there. She was not ready to comply with federal agents,
All right, now
and
now let me
that's go.
so we're talking about protocol and complying all this. Like, is it protocol to fire into a vehicle at anyone while your fellow officer who's either to the left or right of you, in this situation to the right of you, is in the I guess what is it called? They're like he's in the radius or in the range
Well,
of his shooting range. Like,
well,
so let's just say his aim was off for maybe like a split second. He could have shot his fellow officer.
yeah, yeah, but then it turns into another what if, could have, should have,
It's not a what
and
if
so
could should have. This is
yeah,
a legit 100% protocol.
Nah, he
This
ain't.
is something that
but
is
you,
trained upon, and in terms of like degrees of fire and angles of
yeah.
fire and trajectory,
So let's
and
see.
how you should move counter to your buddy when you're in a position of trying to detain someone. That way you
Yeah,
don't get that blue on blue.
yeah. I mean, yeah, no. Like I said, on him firing, that's the part where I say he was in the wrong. That's the part where I say he was in the wrong on the firing part. I still stand on that. Like, dude was in the wrong. I do 100% agree. And he could have hit his buddy. He could have hit that dog in the back. Who
Yeah.
knows? There's a lot of things that could have happened with him firing.
Because let's talk about
And
protocol, right, and what the
yeah,
standard is trained to, right? Because the
yeah.
thing is like, first and foremost, do you really think that these officers are trained to, hey, stand in front of a vehicle, or is it like, hey, you know, go to the driver's side or the passenger side, one in the back, making sure that your buddy isn't
Well,
in your
yeah,
range of fire or your field of fire?
yeah, no, and yeah, no, I do agree with that because I think there's a certain way they have to handle a certain situation, like when you're dealing with a driver that is non-compliant, that's obviously about to leave and flee whatever blockade they're doing, and so yeah, like you see the guy in the back, and then you see the guy in the front. I guess they had to be in multiples. I don't know their standard operating procedures. I'm not gonna pretend like I do, but my thing is, it's like, yeah, everything after him shooting her, he was in the wrong. I do. That's where I say is where he was in the wrong, where he dropped like 4 bullets on her. That's where I do say he was in the wrong. However, everything before that, it's on her. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everything before that, it was on her because at the end of the day, why are you gonna drive and try to eat and with the possibility of hitting a federal agent? The
She could have hit her
possibility of it
girlfriend. That
hit
was her girlfriend, right? Or
and
husband,
and then even in the
wife, or
video,
whatever it
her
is.
girl, even in her
That's her
video, no,
girlfriend,
his
right?
wife, her
That's his
wife,
wife.
her wife.
That's
Yeah,
so
and so
yeah, her
even
wife.
even in the video, she's like, "Drive, baby, drive."
She
Yeah,
could have
look,
got
check.
hit.
Yeah,
So
check.
weird,
So check.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, so check this out. I'm about to. I got the video for that one too.
This is
She's
the
she's
second
literally
clip.
telling. Yeah, this is the angle from the what's his face, the nah, not this one,
The ICE officer.
the ICE officer. And so yeah, this is the angle from him. Yeah, she literally in the video says, "Drive, baby, drive." Which, I mean, I would not be saying that to my loved one when you're surrounded by federal agents, armed federal agents. That's probably not the best thing to tell your significant other
Right.
when she's surrounded. Like, just common sense tells me, why am I going to press the gas pedal when there's a federal agent in front of
would
me?
would you pull up to the Army gate and press the gas pedal past the
Yeah.
guard?
Yeah, no, they're gonna light.
Am I supposed to feel bad for you?
This is almost, and this is borderline a situation of FAFO, around and finding out, and it's like, and I do agree that she. No, that's well known on the internet, and so FAFO, around and finding out, and so yeah, man, it's like, and the thing is, I think she just fucked around and found out. Now with the guy unloading, yeah, she was fucking around. Look, you'll see it in the video. Yeah, that's right, big boy. That's right, big boy. Go get your lunch. She's saying something like she was talking like a stud.
She was talking her.
Yeah, she was talking shit like, you know, like studs talk. That's right, big boy. Go get your lunch. I was like, that's not the mother to talk shit to. that was the wrong to talk that shit to. But let's check it out, because gosh damn, man, it's like what did you expect was gonna fucking happen? Like, did you know what I mean? Like, you thought you were just gonna talk shit, and then you're gonna tell your wife to drive, and you know, when a federal agent's in front of the car? Come on, dog. You know what I mean? There has to be like common sense too, like we were talking about the other video. Yeah. There has to be common sense too on her end, where she's like, I'm surrounded by armed. Yeah, I'm surrounded by armed agents. The best thing for me is to try to hit one of them. No, that's the wrong. I promise you, that's the wrong thing to do when you're surrounded by armed federal agents. You comply because, you know, black people, we understand this as a whole. Because if we don't comply, we know we're very prone to getting shot by cops. We know this. Black people, when we get pulled over by cops, we know we're very prone to getting shot. Why do we think we have? My dad taught me to have my hands on the dashboard on the wheel. I'm not gonna talk to the cop. You know what I mean? So let's see what transpired after, you know, her talking.
Crazy.
Had a dog in there. That's crazy. Look, she's talking.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Yeah. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning.
Yeah, and she has Missouri plates. Like, weren't even from there. It's like weren't even from. Not saying she wasn't, but I'm just saying, like, guys, like.
Oh, you know, it'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking.
Former what?
She said she was a former veteran. Guys, so the wife was a veteran and she knew this?
Former what?
Veteran. Or
Air Force?
Wait, she said former veteran. That didn't make sense. She is a veteran. That doesn't make sense. But let's
going away.
Yeah, that's just
gosh. And the thing is, I'm trying to be on I'm trying to be on the people that got shot side on this one. It's like, gosh.
Come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Get out of the fucking car.
Look, listen to this.
Get out of the car.
Oh.
And there you have it. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna lie, the dude kind of talked at the end. He was like, the dude was talking at the end. I ain't gonna lie. Look, my bad. But this right here, this is the reason why she got her wife. You had another emotional being with you, and you got because you listened to another emotional person.
Yeah, I knew she'd have a husband.
Yeah.
Got my wife. What the fuck are you doing out there? Maybe get your ass in the house.
All right, I guess let's watch this again.
out of the car. Whoa! Fucking shit.
That's it's up, but guys, uh, and the people are mad about that too, about him saying. I'm like, how do you want him to react? Does bitch try to hit him with the car? You know what I mean? Like, if he tries to hit me with a car, I'm probably gonna call it a fuck. You know what I mean? But either way, uh, yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. And then you hear the thump too when he gets hit. And so, yeah, and so it's like I was like originally I left it open for Chansky because I try to be fair and I try to be across the line. You know what I mean? I try to be fair with it because I'm like, we don't know the full situation, and now that we're kind of seeing everything unfold, it's like still he was wrong after he shot her, but she was definitely in the wrong before all that, and that's why I'm going to leave it. She really around and she found out, unfortunately. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why you comply with law enforcement, because if you don't, like this is going to happen. Even if you feel like they're in the wrong, this is why you comply to them and you fight them through the system, because you're not going to beat this.
Armed.
Yeah,
through the system.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, you're going to beat them outside. Everybody that tried to beat outside are dead. Everybody that tried to go outside the system is either dead or missing. You know and so it's like you gotta beat it from within.
Like I said, nobody is gonna volunteer themselves to just drive through the a front gate of a base. Like nobody's gonna volunteer to do that. And if they do, guess what?
That's a death wish.
Eliminate it. You can protest all you want. You drive through that front gate, they're gonna kill you.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. It's like that's what they're ordered to do.
Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah, yes, they definitely. Hey, you can try it yourself. Hey, you can try it yourself, big dog. Hey, so check. Hey, you can try it yourself, big homie.
Y'all gonna do it or not?
Hey, no, man, you know me. I was just playing around, y'all. You're gonna unload 100 rounds into your car. I dare you try it. I dare y'all to try it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it.
Definitely don't do it, but I'm pretty sure there's more rules and procedures that come with that.
Oh yeah, no, true.
If you drive through the gate,
I'm pretty sure it's not gonna go out the way you think it's gonna go. I'm not taking it. Like how much is your life worth to take that chance?
Hey, go shoot that.
Well, my thing is I don't want to try to cause out in the streets or in the system, because the system is already rigged regardless.
So. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Exactly. So if you know
I'm not a believer in the system.
If you know the system is rigged, you must comply. Like it is.
But it's like if you go outside the system, either way, at least the inside, you got somewhat of a chance. You can actually get a lawyer up, and actually find outside the system. This is what happens.
If it wasn't rigged, if it was somewhat fair or decent, then things like this wouldn't happen, in my opinion. Am I wrong? Possibly.
No. The system's always been rigged. Why do you think? Sure. Why do you think 1% of the population owns 99% or 100% of all the wealth?
Not 100%.
I think that's a different conversation. That's 90%. Conversation. That's different.
Well, no, they're part of the 1%, and so like that. There's a reason why they own that. It's rigged. All this is rigged. It's rigged for the common man to succeed. And it's only there for the rich man it's rigged for the common man to not succeed and the rich man to succeed. My bad. That's saying up, but yeah.
What's your assessment, CP? Like I see Barco, he's for the cop being in the right overall. Right?
No. So he's in the wrong after he unloads on her. Before that, she was in the wrong.
And that's why I'm going to leave a hard stance. Like, are you?
Oh, a hard stance? Yeah. No, a hard stance. If I had to be honest, she f***ed around and found out.
Okay. What about you?
Unfortunately, if I had to take a hard stance, she f***ed around and found out.
No.
What about you? Like,
after seeing the videos, that was some hard R.
Yeah.
That's hard.
All right, yeah, no, I don't, no, don't do that. Don't do it. Yeah, no, yeah, this is already hot enough, man. We would just leave it at,
Yeah,
yeah,
what you leave it at?
yeah, we're just doing a follow up, man. I ain't gonna lie.
What you mean?
I mean, hey, all right, all right, let's go. Let's do it.
That's some. Bro.
That was some dude. She thought she can outrun armed agents, and she hit one of them on the way out. That's some. I'm not gonna lie to you. That girl thought she was gonna live after that. She's like, drive, baby. Like, what the f- I would never do that to my significant other. Unless I hate the, I'll be like, drive, baby. Unless I hate the. Now if I hate the, I drive. You see how she wasn't even in the car. You should have died. Hey, you should have died with your wife. Right? If you believe in that, you should have driven. She's like, oh no.
Life insurance.
Yes. Now that baby's a orphan.
Right.
Yeah, that kid's a.
Hurry up.
Yeah, it's funny, bro. That's crazy. Why would you tell your significant other that to run from federal agents? Like, no. Like, what the f were you thinking? Wow. My goodness, man.
Carolina is winning.
And so, yeah, bro, it's like, no, like it unfortunately for her, she around and she found out. And I'm gonna stand on that. If I had to find a hard stance, she unfortunately, because it's sad at the end of the day, anytime someone loses a life, it's unfortunate. But at the same time, when it was preventable, when all the you had to do was go home. You chose to stay there and risk your life. And I understand, hey, listen, I understand, I'm not full on for the ICE raids and everything. Last year they were taking people during, they're picking up mothers and fathers at high school graduations.
That's nasty work.
That's nasty work. They didn't give a they were getting all the illegal immigrants at the graduation, so they got to see their son or daughter graduate, and then they had to go back to Mexico. That's crazy.
It's not a bad deal.
Nasty work.
That's nasty work. So I wasn't all the way for the ICE raids. Like I'm telling you, I'm not all the way for them. However, when you block an ICE raid or when you with a federal operation, you kind of are saying, I forfeit my life. I'm willing to risk it for this. That says, so you're going to block a federal operation with the possible outcome of you getting popped. You're willing to do that.
The only reason why as a possible outcome,
come on, dog,
that someone can get shot for doing that is because they're known.
Or not even shot, just people. Or arrested. You can get up to 10 to 20 years for that shit. For obstructing or getting in the way of a federal operation. That's almost 10.
Okay, 20, yeah, let's say that then instead of getting.
Like, but I'm just saying with that. Well, no, that is an outcome. That is an outcome. With no, but the chance is always there.
The fact that you even said that you could forfeit your life to this is.
It's almost like you forfeit your life or your freedom, and your booty at the same time. Because you're gonna get your booty taken. And so, on the real though, it's like, no, hey, you got to keep it real. If we're going to keep it real, I just said, I was trying to be respectful, but I was like, you know what, let's do it. Like when you put your life on the line like that, when you say you're putting your life on the line, whether you like it or not, you're putting your life on the line to do that. We all know how protests happen and what happened on certain protests, man. That one brother that got shot in Dallas protested by officers like a year or two ago in Dallas. Like this shit can go sideways real quick. Anytime you protest, it can go sideways anytime you go in. So you got to be expecting the fact that there's a possibility somebody can lose their life when you go out and protest. There's a chance. And so, hey, listen, which I respect. Like, hey, she was willing to risk her life for what she believed in, and that's something I could commend her on. But at the end of the day, when you put yourself in that type of position, and it's like I I want to be on your side, but it's like, come on now, you were antagonizing the officers, getting the officers, and you follow your significant other's advice, and she tells you to drive when there's a federal agent in front of you. She didn't make. I'm just gonna keep it real. She did not make her best decisions that day. That's all I gotta say. And so I'll end my part on that. Anything you guys want to sign off on?
Nope.
Floor is yours.
Hard R stamp.
Gosh damn. That's hard R. I gotta give it to him because it's like, why would you tell your significant other that, knowing well that these guys, the tension is high there?
Look, regardless if the tensions are high or not, the simple fact of the matter is he's wrong, and anyone that agrees with him, they're entitled to have their opinion. But
Yeah. No, no, I'd say
we can't allow things like this to slide because you
No.
mean to tell me that we have to comply with officers all the time? Like, what happens with the officers who's always scared? They're always their anxiety is always high,
I do
and they
agree
need
with
to
that
have
part.
absolute control and authority. And they don't
Yeah,
even
but what do they tell you
understand,
to do? Bend over?
But it's not even about, bro. Stop acting like there haven't been situations where police officers
No, I agree
were
on that
excessive for absolutely no reason.
part. Yep. And
On
I agree.
multiple occasions. Like we don't need to sit here and dig too
Yeah.
deep through the archives because shit like this
No.
happens every day.
I get it, but I can only speak from my own
Like, come
experience,
on.
man. I really don't. I really don't cross paths with police like that. Like,
No,
when I
and
do
the thing
cross
is,
paths- when I
We're
like,
do
not
just-
cross
talking about your personal experience here. That's
I could talk about my personal experience because I've crossed
you
them
have to talk
in
from
a
your
certain
personal
way.
experience because, like, when I encounter
I mean,
police,
You
like,
can include
I don't
it.
come off with that type of energy at all. I don't
Yeah.
have that you stupid bitch, all that. No,
yeah,
I
but
don't
even
do
Go
if
that.
you
get
don't
lunch,
have
big
that
boy.
energy, they're still
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah. And
No,
there are
that's
some.
what
There
I'm
are
saying.
some.
They are.
They are
So
because
even though you haven't personally experienced that, there are
I have.
thousands of Americans who
So
have
I can tell
been
you right
completely-
now,
and
my
then-
personal.
and that's
Yeah.
not think about the black people who were, like
Yeah.
what
No,
Marco
I can
said
tell you
before we
my
started
personal
recording,
experience.
like,
When I
you
was
have to
14,
be a specific way
Yeah.
not to get shot.
So when I was 14 years old, me and my father took a trip to Orlando, Florida, and we took it, and we went. We're staying in Radisson Hotel, and my dad's car had gotten stolen previously, and he had put those plates onto the vehicle we were taking to Florida. And so for some reason, Michigan had still listed that plate number as stolen. And so when we went to Orlando, cops pulled up thinking it was stolen, not knowing that Michigan actually changed it technically, but in the overall system, like it's some overall system that it shows cops that your stuff on another state is not right or it's this or that. In that system, it did not show that it wasn't stolen. So for some reason, it showed up that the car was stolen. So they pulled up, they put guns to our heads, grabbed me and my dad, put us in handcuffs, threw us in the back, on the ground, actually. We're on the ground having multiple guns in our heads. Everything. Dude was a dick. He's like, you guys are going to jail tonight. You guys are going to jail tonight. And then I remember after the whole situation was done, and after they found out that the car wasn't stolen, he got in my dad's face. He's like, I'm gonna put one in you. I'm gonna put one in you if you don't sit down. He's like, no, you ain't gonna do that in front of my son. Crazy story. And then after they found out the car wasn't stolen, which we told them it wasn't, they took the handcuffs and they said, you gentlemen have a good night, and drove the off. And so I've experienced the most cops in this country. And so I could tell you without a shadow of a doubt that, yeah, there are some cops, there are some out there that put a badge on and pretend to be the authority or Mr. Authority or whatever the fuck you call it. There are people like that. But at the end of the day, when you don't comply with them, there's a possibility. I'm sure we can agree. If there's a possibility, if you try to drive away, gosh, that was loud as fuck. If you try to drive away or not comply with them, there is a possibility you could lose their life because they are not playing with theirs. They're not playing with their lives. Just
You
like
mean to tell me
they're not
every
going to play
time
with
you have an
yours.
encounter with a police officer, there's a chance you're going to lose your life?
No, there's a chance they lose theirs, and that's why they react the way they react. Because they could pull up to a car. There's multiple videos I've seen where cops pull up to cars and they walk up and the guy already has a gun ready, blasting the cop right here over his shoulder. I've seen multiple videos of those, and cops lose their lives all the time. We may not see it in the public as much, but there's many videos of that, of cops losing their lives. So they got to approach the situation a certain way. So in this situation, we're on the outside looking in. We don't know how this cop had to approach that situation. We don't know what procedures he was operating on. We just don't know. Now, if we do, then maybe we can assess it a lot more thoroughly. But as the fact of the matter is, the woman was not complying. And if she would have complied, I can guarantee, I could bet all the money I have left, which ain't much,
I think
that
we
she would
know.
still be alive.
I think we know because he was the first. From what it seems like, he was
Yeah.
first on the scene.
Oh,
As you can see, how his colleagues came in and they started going through the standard procedure of, "Hey, get out the car under arrest." He didn't do that. He just immediately circled her car, which I'm not saying is wrong,
yeah,
but he
yeah,
could have at some point said something like, "Hey, get out the car. You're obstructing," something like that. Again,
yeah,
I don't know the full details, but from what it seems like, right?
yeah,
Like he didn't go through that procedure. He just circled the car. When his colleagues
yeah,
came, that's
yeah,
when he unloaded. So the simple
yeah.
fact of the matter is
I
was
think it
he
was trying to
truly
run her
following
plates.
protocol?
No, I think it was trying to run
But
her
did he need to
plates.
circle the entire car, the entirety
No,
of it?
I think that's the only way because I don't think she had license plates in the front of the vehicle, so he had to circle the car around to get the
Maybe
license plate.
he could have went the other way,
He could have done
or
a
he
lot
could
of
have just
things.
immediately told her to get out the car.
We know how that went, did we? Don't we?
And that was his colleagues, not him.
We know imagine, yeah, we
Oh
already know
no, no,
how
hold
that
on,
went.
no.
Yeah, we already
Imagine
know
if
how
he
that
would have
went.
walked up, get out the
No,
car.
yeah, no, he probably would have just shot her right then and there. Like I said, we already know how that went, don't we? But yeah, man,
Her
the
wife would have
fact
been
of the
like,
matter is, like,
"Baby, drive off."
yeah, yeah, no, like, why, that was just horrible advice. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the best decisions were not made that day for her.
Yeah,
That's all I
for
gotta
sure.
say. Yeah, but no, most definitely. And so I'm not. And the reason I brought that story is because I've seen some. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen some real cops that pointed a gun at my 14-year-old head. They didn't care nothing about it. They were ready to blast me that day. And so, nah, dog. I'm just saying, with this standpoint, it's just not black and white. It's not always going to be black and white. We all know that. It's not going to be black and white. It's not going to be an ideal situation when you get into this. But at the same time, I'm sure we can all ask the simple, or we can all believe that, hey, listen, she wasn't in the right before the shooting, and he was in the right afterwards. That's where I'm chalking it up at. But if I had to take a hard stance, she around and found out. But is that the final verdict for everybody?
Yep.
What?
Not for me.
That's for you, and I know it's not for you. So I don't know. We're gonna see what more information. We're gonna see what more information we find out after after this, because there's always something new that comes up, always something new that pops out. And so if there is some more, we'll run it back and we'll go and give our
And
stance
what I
again.
like to say is like, hey, these officers out here are working hard. They're working their
Yeah.
ass off. And for the mayor of Minnesota to speak to the public and say, hey, get the fuck out of your eyes is diabolical.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is that's a situation he created. You created the
Yeah.
situation, Tim Waltz. It's not like you were helping the situation out.
Yeah.
You weren't
And
helping
the
it
thing
out.
is, it's like they have to mask up. They can't
Yeah,
like
they can't show
be-
their face.
before it was this extreme like high level of visibility and publicity. They still had procedures in place to protect their identities.
Yeah.
Now it's escalated on a different tier code now because it's public. It's like across the states. So now
Yeah,
they can't go to specific communities or the
Yeah.
restaurant they would typically eat at. You can't really go there because
Yeah, they'll
there's
spit
always
in
going
their
to be
food.
glaring eyes. They're going to be spitting your food. So they're working
Yeah.
hard. They're risking their lives to provide for their families
Yeah.
and to make sure that our
Yeah.
streets are safe. I guess if
Yeah.
but the important Chris makes our streets safer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
So,
man. Yeah, no. It's just like,
really.
yeah, no. And the thing is, I agree with you, dog. Like, there are some out here people that just want to just put out their onto others and project their
Yeah.
and be. There are some out here. I won't lie to you. I've seen them. I've seen them up front, And so, and that's not even the first time I had a gun pointed to my head by a cop. That's not even the first time. And so I've seen some from the justice system. I've seen it. But just looking at this, it's like, man, you did not help your case. You know what I mean? Like, why are you over here? You know, I'm just saying they did not help their case, especially the wife. You did not help. You did not help that case at all. You know, you probably got, at worst you would have gotten arrested, but now you have to go to a funeral, which sucks. So it's like
you can see like it's just a chain effect because now protesters have ramped up. They're going crazy now.
Yeah, and so it's like, yeah, bro. And the thing is, it's like I do feel for the family, man. I feel for, you know, her family, her son that's now an orphan,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like, man, like you had family, you had kids, bro. Go, you got responsibilities. Whatever you get, whatever ideals you have, your family trumps all that. At the end of the day, everything you do is for them. So whatever you believe in, your ideals come second to your family, man. And so it's like, gosh, now there's a kid without a mother now. But we're gonna go and leave it there. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Name Brand. Shout out to my dog CP, who's getting something to eat right now. That brother's hungry. I ain't gonna lie, we're trying to make this
No,
a
we're trying to make
30-minute
it
video.
short. Yeah.
But nah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. We gab. We love gabbing here. And so, nah, man, but we gotta keep it real though. Gotta keep it real on all boards. And we cannot do that sometimes in certain frames. So I promise you, next video we're gonna try to keep that short. But if you like this content though, let us know by liking it up and hitting us up with that subscribe button.
Wait for the comments to go.
Oh man, the comments are gonna go crazy. Especially, and then some of you guys need to calm down on the shorts too. Like, guys, you guys are like, well, first off, you didn't even watch the full video. Why are you gonna get off from a clip when you didn't even watch the full video? That's my thing. Is a short attention span people go on here and start commenting and say, motherfucker. I'm like, no, watch the full video. If you care so much, to comment on that short, watch the full video. You know what I mean? They'll put paragraphs. These motherfuckers are putting paragraphs. I'm like, dog, just watch the full thing and actually see what's up before you go crazy, dog. Like that's all I'm saying. Watch the full video and then come back because sometimes you don't have the full story. You know what I mean? But anyways, we'll leave it there. I'm King Barco. This is Name Brand. That's CP. And we are the Hard R's. I'm sure CP's out there being a hard R right now.
Oh, 100%.